I do think as a result of this, it is really important though that we try harder, like much harder than we have been. Like from everyone, including myself, everybody. I think we're all capable of doing so. But I think on all fronts we can all do better and try harder. So let's just make sure that we do it this week.
Well, I think, at least for the team, it's a different atmosphere now, because after going 2 consecutive weeks of not like winning and going 0-4, it definitely makes you think about how you're playing the game and how you're drafting. It makes you kind of question what you're doing.
I just felt really sad and disappointed, because that was like such an easy game that we should have won. The game was not easy, but like the lead we had, like the position we had, like I don't think we should like lose that game.
I think my play, at least this weekend, wasn't bad. It wasn't that good either. I mean, you can't really say that your play was that great if you ended up losing. I just think that at least for a lot of the sports that I picked, for Tarek and for Brahm, I could have done more, I think. And yeah, in game, it just feels like because we didn't have pressure butt, we ended up losing a lot of objectives around that.
They will be able to get this first dragon. While it is not an Infernal, it is not a mount, which are traditionally the ones that people are kind of more excited to see.
The water's fine.
An 8-minute Ocean Dragon is very, very good. Like, having that during your laning phase can make damage against someone trivial, allows you to
I think they could have punished me like way harder as like how jungle mid matchup goes. I think they failed, and I hold it pretty well. Since I was like a main engager for this week, and that's what I've been practiced for the weekend. I think I did really well engaging when our team wants to fight, because that's usually not like how we used to fight. Like we don't really look to fight that much.
I think personally, the things that I've been working on is just trying to reach more of a better understanding of my role and the parts that I am in control of, being vision and like tempo, and just understanding it a lot more in like different scenarios would help me a lot when it's mid-game and the game is very stale, how to break open the map. And when we have comps that have more options, I think it will become a lot easier and a lot smoother, instead of the games that we had this weekend where it felt very hard to fight just because of comp versus comp.
And I feel like just week after week, it just feels like we just kind of included in a win condition. Wasn't correct every single week. So that's why it feels really bad for me. It's just the same issue that just continually happens, and we're not fixing it at all.
I think that's fair to say, but I would say that it's a different facet of our win condition that changes each time that we're not super prepared on. So for example,
but it's just like, why can't we just play something that we, I don't know, that we just have a lot of success on or something? But instead it's like a different win condition every single time. We never know how to execute it on stage.
So this comp, I feel like we do know how to execute this comp, and that this is just a game where we get vision control.
Yep.
I'd say that with this comp in scrims, we got a lot of punishes on engages that we did in mid or when they walked through chokes. But this team was really good at pulling the wave so that we couldn't find any engages on the actual like mid wave. So we had to force Baron, which is a situation we didn't encounter much. I thought TL just played pretty well to deny us engages on mid. Well, it kind of goes without saying that when we lost Zach or Afro, that we had a lot of like shot calling roles and duties that needed to be fulfilled. And a lot of this split with this team has been like trial and error of like different systems we can work through to make sure that we do have the best systems possible.
I was hesitating myself, and we had lots of different calls after killing 2 people. And I ended up getting caught because it became chaotic. So I really do appreciate already that I can take the responsibility of it, because yesterday I felt like I cannot take the responsibility, and I think that's already an improvement. And I just know for a fact that that game was from that call could have win or lost, and that's just my bad that I didn't step up. So sorry.
So while we were talking about and trying to think of who would be the best fit for the shot calling role that would kind of fulfill what Zach was doing in the past, we felt like Jay or Huhi would be a really good fit. He was doing a lot of the secondary shot calling when Zach was on the team in the past, so it was a pretty natural transition at first. But Jay, being the selfless person he is, when he felt like he was taking up too much space within the team as far as his communication goes, he kind of fell off a bit to give people more room to talk so that everybody felt like they were contributing. But with this role, we just really needed somebody to be super demanding. So one place that we're working on with him is just that he's taking full ownership of everything surrounding this role. And that's been our primary focus for this week and the previous week, is just making sure that he 100% of the time is taking responsibility for all of the actions that the team does in the later stages of the game, because he is the primary shot caller. I think that this week overall really helped us determine what we thought, or what we now know is the best possible thing that we can do moving forward. I think that all of us as a team really have to level up in every way that we can. So one thing that I'm going to do to level up and make sure that we're a better team is be as demanding as possible and make sure that everybody's putting in extra hours. And I really just want to make sure that me as a coach, that I'm taking players to a place that they cannot reach themselves. So I'm super fucking confident that we're gonna come in strong this week, that we're gonna fuck these teams up. We're gonna put in the hardest work we've ever put in any week of LCS prep this week. And I just wanna make sure that everyone sees that amount of preparation that we've been putting into our practice and into our LCS matches that we're gonna play this weekend. And I hope that you guys enjoy our 2-0.
Coming into the match versus CLG today, playing my old boys is always a little nervous, I guess. Don't really get too nervous versus anybody else. But once it got to my pick, I was like, give me Bard right now. And I didn't want to do it to the boys, but I had to, so that was fun. But every time I'm in the game versus Huhi, Trevor, Darshan, and stuff like that, it feels like I always know what they're going to do. They probably know what I'm going to do. That's why I had 6 deaths today. Yeah, that was not fun. 6 deaths were on me. By the 4th one, I was like, holy fuck, guys. They're only killing me. Probably gotta buy QSS. Alright, 8 more games, right? 8 more games, guys. Let's pick it up. Alright, discipline. 1-3-1, let's go.